Hey there folks, rinimt here and welcome to Spill the Beans of the demo. Spill the Beans is taking part in the Choose Wisely Festival on Steam, which is taking place from December 8th through December 15th, 2025, so be sure to go check that out. Check out all the other games going on in there. But let us spill the beans! You've done it. Against all odds, you managed to put off the heist. Your shaking, outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe. As its power pulses through your body, your heart aches, your breath flutters. Mere echoes of what was taken from you what will soon be yours again. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in this cafe. The ones you're about to drag into a complicated criminal mess. You can only blame the scroll's influence for such inconvenient sympathies. If they were in your position, they'd do the same, wouldn't they? They'd know that after everything you'd been through, this was the only option left. People say that Artifice County is the most magical place there is. Yes, Artifice, where 100 years ago the world of spirits cracked the earth and spilled over into ours. But now those spirits work 9 to 5s, arcane power fuels cars and charges phones. This country, once the cradle of magic, has become as mundane as any other. And an unmagical human like yourself, among shape-shifting sirens, carbon fiber constructs, and wizards, you're exceptional. Exceptionally dull and exceptionally underestimated. No matter how much you tried to fit in, to love this place and all its wonders, it never reciprocated. All it did was take. All it left you with was emptiness. So why not take something back? Steal everything the county denied from you. That must be county or country. Maybe county. Fill that gnawing emptiness, then leave it behind forever. Luckily, you know what you need and exactly where to find it. The Familiar, a downtown cafe noteworthy only for its secret recipe, locked tight in the back room. Conveniently enough, they're hiring, so desperately that they aren't asking for experience or background checks. All that's left is to put together an application. Not that anything you say on it really matters, it rarely does. I am an... Alright, I need to put in my profile here. Fun-loving, forename... Rini... We'll just use my FF14 name, why not? Rini Ariana. I am a fun-loving... artisan who loves long walks on the beach. Let's make myself wide as could be because, well, maybe not as wide as could be. My hair, a lovely shade of blue. What do we got? So we got a hijab, short hair, long hair, and then afro, it looks like. Okay, cool. We'll go with the long hair. I am a she. I think about she-they. Sure. She-they, why not? Soft skill. Good listener. Excellent organizer. Surprisingly okay snack fetcher. And all my education is covered in coffee. Got it. Sure. So that's kind of cool, like you can make a little profile for yourself with a bunch of options. So we'll go with she-they. Yeah, this looks good. A few days later, you're face to face with the Familiar. While its neighbors are all dust and drywalled, its facade seems unbroken, even if the varnish is peeling at the edges. For a moment, nothing. Then you spot a silhouette in the window who flicks its neon sign to open before waving you over. You cross the street, repeating the details of your plan. You need to get in, get out, and for the smoothest possible getaway, try to find someone else to take the blame. But can you really do all those things without running into any complications? You've already reached the front door. You can hardly turn back now. The cafe laid bare before you is almost indistinguishable from the scant images you found online. Mismatched chairs and royalty-free wall art, well kept but well worn down. You don't get long to take it all in. A construct towering over you, over 2 meters tall, stops wiping down the counter, excuse me, and turns to greet you. You must be Rinny. Great to finally meet you. Sorry, terribly rude of me not to meet you at the door. As she strides over, you realize how old her vessel must be to have no custom limbs or decals. Just worn gray stone, flowering moss, and that tiny blue bird nested on her shoulder. I'm Sloan, from the emails. Lovely to have you on board. Did you get here all right? I saw your address was uptown. I know we're a wee bit out of the way. Before you get a chance to reply, she's already yanked you into a crushing two-handed shake. For a moment, you worry that she might have pulled your arm from its socket. Actually, I shouldn't get chatting just yet. Today's schedule is pretty packed, what with your induction, and I barely found time to fix breakfast for Adam. Oh, hang on. This is Atom. Atom, say hello to Rinny. She's your new co-worker, so be polite. Adam's usually my only company out front, so it'll be nice to have you too. I mean, I love this job, I really do. After 6 years of working the floor by myself, starting at 5 every day. Not that you have to come in that early, of course. We're only meant to start at 8, but it pays off, it does. As Sloan trails off, you have a chance to put your plan in motion. You spend a long time figuring out other people's so-called feelings, and just how easy they are to manipulate. If someone's in a good mood, they'll probably think better of you and suspect you less. Then again, if you make someone upset, they might make for an easier scapegoat under pressure. But what's best for Sloan? Better make that first impression count. Rinny, oh, I've worried you with that 5 a.m. thing, haven't I? Just want to stress that you don't have to do that, honest. It depends, are you paid for those extra hours? Those extra hours must be worth it. This place is spotless. Okay, so it actually told you on there, like, what each option does. That's, like, super cool, actually. Aw, that's sweet of you. I try to bring the best out of the old familiar. Good to know other people actually know this. The lights flicker overhead before Sloan can finish her sentence. Oh, sorry. I thought that was fixed. Should call the electromancer once I get a free moment. Anyway, packed schedule. I've got pastries in the oven and a delivery after. Come on, let's get you in uniform. If we're quick, I can show you how our recipe works before any customers arrive. Sloan strides through the doorway behind the counter, beckoning you into the kitchen beyond. It takes 3 steps to match just one of hers. The kitchen, built from cool metal and right angles, is warm with the smell of apricots. You breathe it in while Sloan roots through a nearby cabinet before suddenly sighing. I'll say this now. Sorry about the fit. She hands you an apron like her own. Exactly like her own, actually. It's far too big for you. It's bound to slow you down and make you look utterly ridiculous. Your one should be here tomorrow. I hope this is all right in the meantime. Okay, maybe it was just that one. Sure, if anything, it's amusing. Great, how are you gonna steal the recipe while wearing this? Thanks a million, Rinny. Glad you're seeing an upside. Here's your name tag, too. As you wrap yourself in the oversized apron and pin on your name tag, Sloan smiles. It's a small, sad smile that weighs down her whole face. Look, I'm sure not everything you've heard about this place has been grand, but once you put in a little elbow grease, she really shines. And I've got a lot of elbow grease. Just want to say that. You wouldn't be here if I didn't think you had the same drive. Your application told me that much. Although, what was the phrase you used? Surprisingly okay snack fetcher? I know these roles can be challenging, but I hope you didn't think we treat you like that. But at the end of the day, those are just words. Your experience was what really settled in. I mean, it must have been quite a privilege to work for... Sloan is cut short by a buzz from her phone. Pastries! Why don't you pop into the office while I grab those? Fred, your manager, I should say, ought to be ready. Big gray door on your right. Best of luck. You take 6 steps towards the office, a hiss of heat escaping the oven behind you. Beyond lies Fred, the owner, the one from the newspaper, the one whose recipe you're here for. You leave the door open, but no one greets you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the colossal metal safe that occupies a quarter of the room, just a few steps away. You knew the recipe was protected, but not like this. The safe looks like it was taken from the set of a heist movie. Should be locking up gold bars instead of, what, a recipe for coffee? But as you run a hand across the surface, wondering just how you're going to crack it open, there's a rustle nearby. You snap upright with a bolt of unbidden adrenaline. It's like a dragon emerging from his hoard, or like a dragon emerging from his hoard. A tiny, gold-eyed tuxedo cat rouses from a pet bed on top of the safe. He blinks stickily, then suddenly glares at you, fur on end, eyes aglow. Don't touch my stuff! He spits the words at you like darts, light crackling through his panicked eyes. The air in the room starts getting heavier as if brewing into a thundercloud. Who sent you? If you think you're gonna best me in my own domain, then wait, you're the new hire, aren't you? Quick as a power cut, the light in his eyes blinks out and the pressure lifts with it. The cat sighs, leaping smoothly from the safe to the desk. Sorry about that. That was unprofessional of me. I'm Fred. Welcome to the familiar. Good to have you on board. Well, given the terrifying magic talking, he's not a cat. He's a demon bound to the form of a beast. A familiar, in other words. That's the last time I'm pulling an all-nighter on admin. You're lucky to still be young human. Because after the first century, things get... Sloan wanted you on board, right? We have one main rule. Do everything you can to show the economist types this place isn't a bad idea. More than fire safety drills, we need drive and spite. So that's what I expect from you. Are we clear? Oh, okay, so if it actually affects something, like the mood, it shows it. Okay, cool. And who it affects. Crystal clear. That's what I like to hear. So long as we're all on the same page, you and I will get on just fine. We aren't a happy little family here. We're just hard workers. This isn't going to work if you aren't prepared to work just as hard as me and Sloan. As if on cue, Sloan enters the office, a kettle of boiling water in one hand, a packet of coffee in the other. She starts mixing the two in a mug on Fred's desk. Morning, Fred. Everything all right in here? I thought I heard a bit of shouting. Oh no, it's all fine. I've just been giving Fred quickly squints at your namesake. Giving Riddy the lowdown familiar. Our history, what we do, all the good stuff. Sloan gazes at Fred, tracing the tiredness in his eyes. Her smile dims a little. Oh, that's nice. I can join you now. If you like, we can go over the finer details together. You've got time, by all means. With firm movement, Sloan puts the kettle down and closes the door behind her. Fred's eyes lock onto your name tag again as he reads it under his breath. So, Rinny, let's get down to business. We're opening 8 to 5. We're open 8 to 5 most days, but your shift goes 30 minutes longer at the end before closing. Anything after that is overtime. I can give you the forms. Aprons go on the hooks in the kitchen. Anything gets spilled on, don't be afraid to excuse yourself and replace it as soon as you can. If you are going to excuse yourself, now it goes. Sloan and Fred don't speak to you as two different people, but as two halves of one business. Efficient, organized, and trusting one another as best they can. That should be most of it. I'll be with you at the counter for your training, so don't hesitate to ask me any question. She's cut off again by her phone. Oh, excuse me, Dave! Hey, Sloan! Just unload the van out back, so there's your heads up. Thanks, Dave. I'll be right there. I should be off. Need to get my signature for those deliveries. Thanks again, Fred. Oh, Rinny, before you join her, I'm sure you've heard about a recipe. Must be dying to learn what makes the Familiar's coffee so irresistible. That's not so much a set of instructions as it is, well, I won't get too arcane with you. More of a background thing, like the internet. You use that, right? Point being, even if you don't see it, it'll still be working its magic back here in a drill-proof, bomb-proof gauge safe which only me and Sloan can open. Also, I cursed it. So it's protected against teleport-based attacks too. Of course. To act suspiciously in front of others. Well, sometimes I need to summon something from inside without opening the door, so... But I guess someone else could. I'll make sure it's dealt with. Don't worry about it. Looks back at the veritable vault behind him as if checking that it's still there. Can never be too careful with these things, especially in this economy. I mean, wasn't it just last week that Raphael Hendricks wrote off his beauty store chain? It's inspirational how these CEOs act. Expanding isn't easy. I mean, ideally, we'd have an accountant, a consultant, another chef. We've got you. And you're one hell of a good start. Especially with our regulars. You'll meet them soon enough. You should catch up with Sloan. Anything you need, I'll be back here going over these papers. As you leave the office, Fred paws a single sheet of paper from the files on his desk. Even upside down, you recognize it as your CV. Now, a moment after you enter the kitchen, someone waves at you from the back door. In a doorway next to Sloan is a uniformed courier, a human just as unremarkable as you. A precarious stack of cardboard boxes wobbles threateningly behind him. Say, you're Rennie, aren't you? Sloan was just telling me about you. All good things, I promise. Mostly good. Dave gives Sloan a package and gives you a conspiratorial eyebrow waggle. He pauses to take a long breath inward through his nose. Ooh, is that apricot? So you did go for the new recipe. Fred must have taken some convincing. Oh, I'm just trying it out. We'll see how they sell first. Hey, if I come by once, I'm off work. That's one customer right there. Guaranteed. Sloan breaks away to put each package in its right place. Dave looks at you, eyes glistening. Hey, Rennie, have a good first day, yeah? Thanks, I will. He may not be here for it, but if all goes well, today's going to be good. That's the spirit. Any more for me, Dave? Just a couple bigger things, but I'll grab those this time. Don't let me interrupt your induction. Are you sure? I could carry. I'll catch you later for that pastry, yeah? Dave walks away whistling, his footsteps gradually going quiet in the alley. Rennie, I'm so sorry about Fred. He must have overslept today. That's on me. Notice her hands are still balled into fists, one so tight that even the stone starts to buckle. I just want your first day to be easy, but oh well, let's get you behind the counter, shall we? There won't be time to take you through all the machines, so let's just fill the drip maker. I keep the house roast down here. She effortlessly pulls open a burlap sack of beans, scooping them into the grinder. As you pulverize them, the aroma of coffee fills your lungs like a cloud of bitter smoke. Today's been all over the shop, hasn't it? We should get a wee moment to breathe now, but only one customer comes in this early, and they don't do Mondays. I'll introduce you tomorrow. Sloan smiles, the stone wrinkling around her eyes. It dawns on you, this is beginning to feel like a real job. Just as you finish that thought, the front door swings wide open. Your first customer skips inside. You spot at least 4 shades of pink in their outfit. Pink fingernails, pink sun hat, lipstick, backpack. That dress must be bespoke too. Pricey. As they draw close, though, you spot pointed fangs in their cheery smile and deep red eyes behind those tinted glasses. A vampire. Good morning, Sloan. Oh, I spoke too soon. Morning. For your order, this is Rennie, our new barista. Ah, so you're finally upscaling. You know I saw some prime real estate going for cheap on Moonbow, if expansion's on your mind. Slow down, we're not taking over the industry just yet. Vampire looks as if they have more to say, words bubbling just beneath the surface, but settles on the pout. Rennie, I'm Jessie with an I-E. Jessie's eyes swivel to you with abundant curiosity. Your apron's so big, it's more for tailored fit. I'm more for tailored fits myself, but I know that baggy looks have been catching on lately. Just focus to the wearer being separate from their clothes. Controller? Oh, no, it's nothing like that. It's just a supply chain issue. What'll it be this time, Jessie? A hot chocolate, please. And we'll have it with, whipped cream, nutmeg, caramel, marshmallows. Wait, will that fit? Marshmallows, then whipped cream, then caramel, and the rest. Oh, I forgot cookies, too. Controller? Oh, is it like, has to wait for them to do like a weird animation or something? Give me one with it. Oh, wait, am I on auto? I think I'm on auto. History. Give me one with everything and 2 chocolate chip cookies, please. I apparently somehow pressed down. Sloan's already off to one side, rifling through her arsenal of ingredients. Meanwhile, Jessie brandishes a pink, bat-style mug from their backpack, placing it on the counter as her eyes flick back to you. Even if Sloan and Fred aren't aiming for world domination yet, you're still on the front line of their expansion plans. They're investing a lot of trust in you. So tell me, do you feel like a good investment? How far are you willing to go to succeed? Decrease Jessie to make them more prone to breaking under pressure. Make them more amenable. I do anything. The vampire peers deep into your eyes and nods as if confirming a suspicion they have. Good. So Jessie, what brings you here on this lovely Monday morning? Are you trying out a new schedule? Oh no, much more exciting than that. I'm going to a meeting with a board after this, so I came here to prepare. It'll go much smoother with something sweet. For your infamous internship, how is your family treating you then? As well as usual, trust me, I'd much rather be here to help the familiar. But I'm fresh, just like everyone else. He sees my last name is Hendrix and thinks I'm some sorcerer's corporate spy out to suck the proverbial blood from his business. Of course, the Hendrix is rich, powerful, and most troublingly for you, magically talented. Jesse looks at you, anticipating your judgment with a flat smile. No, Fred did say he was looking for a consultant. I called your father cashing out on a failed business inspirational. Increases Jesse's suspicion of Fred. Okay. Odd, he didn't strike me as someone who'd appreciate those practices. Adopting a CEO mindset, I suppose. Trying to let your family get you down, Jesse. You'll get your chance to prove yourself someday. If all goes according to plan, that chance should come today. Fingers crossed. Sloan passes Jesse's now full mug across the counter. By some miracle of physics, it hasn't spilled over yet. Maybe this was a bit ambitious, but if I used a cookie to scoop up the cream and let the marshmallows melt, I can finish it in 30 minutes. Thank you so much, Sloan. And Rinny. Jesse swipes their card, then their mug, making a beeline for a booth seat before the payment even goes through. They assemble their workstation in mere seconds. A sheaf of papers, a stack of textbooks, and a particularly pink laptop. The mug stands vigilantly at a safe distance. Jesse was a surprise, but at least they're a nice one. I'm just grateful they didn't come in at the same time as... Before she can finish, the front door swings open and Siren rolls into the room. She's wearing a sleeveless orange turtleneck, magnolia-covered jacket that's relaxing on her shoulders, and a perfectly photogenic smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Hello, the familiar. It's a perfect day for my long overdue review, don't you think? You have to forgive me. I came straight here from my morning swim. I must look like a mess. She runs one hand through a river of glossy pale hair, parted by an immaculate side cut, and embraces the smartphone with the other, flourishing it like a paper fan. Don't worry, Rinny. I'll handle this. Jessie shrinks back, arranging their books into a makeshift wall. It seems to work. The siren glides over towards the counter, not noticing them at all. Now, Sloan, I know you very well, of course, but for the benefit of both me and my adoring fans, who is this? Oh, I didn't know you'd be coming. This is... Siren's already staring at your name tag, trying to preempt Sloan's introduction. That's how you spell. Ridney Enchantée. I'm Alexandra Argyros. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. You don't happen to have a grimoire account, do you, Rinny? I'd love to give you proper credits in my post. How about a drink first, before anything goes onto that internet page of yours? Wait, right, Sloan? I'm getting ahead of myself. Could I have... She clears her throat, straightens her back. A blue sea salt caramel frappe with soy milk and non-dairy whipped cream on top, plus a little of that raspberry chocolate powder you would be lovely. Thank you so much. I should have everything. Let me check the back first, Rinny. Can you grab a plastic cup for that? Lids are in the bottom left cupboard. Wait, do you have any of those little fish cookie? She's gone. In silence, Alexandra's smile slides off her face. She sighs sharply through her nose. Are you alright? I know this whole song and dance can be quite overwhelming if you aren't prepared. But then you don't know who I am anyway, do you? Therese Alexander's Moon. I've never heard of you, sorry. That would make sense. Thanks for getting it out of the way. I hope I made a good first impression, for whatever that's worth. Sloan returns, hands full of yet more ingredients. You hand her a cup and she starts filling with dubiously blue syrup. Should I expect your fans to start ordering these frappes in the hundreds? I'm not sure they're on theme anymore. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. The drink's just to showcase how skilled you are at your craft. It's aesthetic. That's what the crowd really wants. Alexandra plucks the card reader from the counter with a sly smile, passes her phone across it, and hands it back with a wink. There's a 30% tip attached. You know better than me about that social media stuff. Sloan, Rinny, trust me, you've got a wonderful cozy place here. What's not to love? Those donuts! Those menus! Alexandra turns around to gesture at the cafe, and her eyes finally land on Jessie. Her voice freezes in her throat. Jess? Oh no, Jessie. Hey Alex, I didn't know you were coming today. It was on my page. I should have dropped you a message. Sorry. Do you... Someone puts the finished frappe to one side, pushing past you to tend to the transformed Jessie. Alexandra squeaks a little closer to you. I'm sorry, Rennie. Truly, trauma is the last thing I want to bring into this establishment. Or to Jessie. She plucks the frappe from the counter. You're not sure how anything that color could taste any better than tolerable? I know when I'm not wanted. I'll just snap a few photos and be on my way, merry way. Money's not a deal, but I can fix it in post. Act suspiciously in front of others. I don't know what's going on between you two, but I'm sorry. Thank you. I'll spare you the messy details, but needless to say, it didn't end well. Not that there was much of an ending to speak of, really. The final smell, Alexandra takes her drink to the cafe's centermost table, posing it like an art exhibit. Jessie, still a bat, keeps staring at her, but she doesn't look back. With an exhausted puff of smoke, Jessie returns to their original form and slumps into their seat, eyes wandering to the crescent moon bracelet on their wrists. Sloan returns after confirming they're okay. Sorry, I didn't think, yeah. Both of them at once can be a wee bit complicated. They used to... She cut off by the sound of a motorbike revving down outside, heralding the arrival of your third customer. This person is a first, even for you. Someone whose body lacks anything but the skeleton. You don't know any kind of magic that can make that work. Skinless, fleshless, sigilless. Although he does have hair, which you're pretty sure is in the type of bone. A stiff, dark brown pompadour that props up a pair of sunglasses. Grudge? Grudge, hey, how's it going? I feel like I've barely seen you since Archon. He reaches the counter undeterred. You're waiting for Sloan to address him like the others, but she's just staring. Locked in place. So you're the new barista. Good job of making it this far. Makes you one of the best, don't it? Ain't just a coffee you brew, it's your resolve. Can we take your order? Yeah, resolve. Let me tell you, I know your type. I know you're up to something. I can feel it I can feel it. Sloan, I would like to order. Thank you kindly. Let's put your new barista to the test. I'll have a coffee. A black coffee. From the pot. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. I think we might Someone's eyes bounce between his skull and the coffee pot on the counter. Rennie, why don't you handle this one? It'll be good for your training. Seems like she isn't going to budge. You grab a cup and start pouring. Wait, what's her name? Rennie. Okay, I think I got it. Rennie, so that's to be the name of my nemesis. I'm a grudge. Knuckles. And you best remember it. Even Frederick gave you this job instead of me. There's bound to be cracks in your meticulous facade. Your coffee-making halted this revelation. He had a whole rant prepared just because you got this job? With an application like that? You got me. This is all a ruse. And I knew it, but I can't take my nemesis' word for it. Pretty hard proof to know for certain. You present the mouthful cup to Grudge. He daintily drops in a sugar cube, then stirs the coffee with a bone-like spoon, which he apparently just had loose in one of his pockets. Nice try, Rennie, but I know coffee when I see it. So there's no way this. He puts it to his jawbone and takes a delicious sip. The liquid seems to vanish as soon as it enters his mouth. Damn, it's just like usual. How they get it right so quick, so bitter, yet so energizing. Well, I'll be Rennie. Coffee's as bitter as your soul, just like how it should be. I'm still watching you. Takes the cup and spins dramatically away from the counter. It's then that he finally spots Jessie. Jessie! Grudge! They immediately hug. It's good to see ya. Why didn't you pipe up earlier? I was waiting for you to finish. It sounded like you had a lot to get off your chest. Oh, yeah. You heard that. Sorry. It's just a personal. Doesn't matter. How's your job going? I could tell you, but I've not got long. Sure you don't want something with your coffee? Sloane's made some great cookies today. I'd be happy to buy. Oh, no. Shouldn't give my nemesis the satisfaction after walking away all conclusively like I just did. Grudge, you haven't even paid yet. I admire your candor, but are you sure Rinny's your nemesis and not Fred? Ugh, Fred's a real villain, that's true, but nemesis, that's different. Gotta be personal. You don't know who Rinny is yet. Maybe start with a rivalry as practice? A rival, eh? Having a lovely time. I know I used lovely last time. I don't think that seems sincere. Oh, what the boy? Almost forgot. Alex, how you doing? All good over there? Oh, Grudgy! I didn't see you come in. How have you been? Well, it's funny you're here, actually. Something I wanted to... I'll catch up with you later. You both seem busy, and I should pay. Grudge sheepishly returns to the counter, hands fishing through his back jacket pockets for some loose coins. Well, I'm back. Got too caught up in the whole confrontation to give you your money. Even most of it's going straight into Fred's pockets. Ugh. But I'll say this, I'm practically a coffee detective. I'm detecting something odd about you. So long as I come here, I'm gonna do my damnedest to figure out what. Is it just me, or is Alexandra trying to ignore you? Now that you mention it, yeah, she's usually busy, but not too busy to even make small talk. Without another word, he perches on a stool by one of the cafe's front windows. Over his shoulders, Alexandra and Jesse swap looks of confused concern. Good job, Rinny. Now would be a good moment to put his purchase into the register. As she's halfway through showing you how to work the cash register, you turn to see Fred jump up onto the counter next to you. How's it going out here? No need to panic. This isn't a performance review, just checking things. Surveys the regulars in the cafe with no small amount of scorn. Sloane, why don't you come with me for a moment? Been meaning to have a chat. We still need to... She looks forlornly at the pile of coins Grudge left. Even at a glance, you can tell it covers the price of the drink and some. This might be your last chance to sow suspicions before you execute your plan. Better choose wisely. Is Grudge usually like that? Not that I've seen. I mean, I don't know him as well as the other two, but the way he talked, I'd be surprised here. It'd be surprising to hear from anyone. As silence returns to the room, so too does your opportunity, but you can't help but overhear Fred and Sloane's hushed conversations in the kitchen. Just saying, if our best regulars keep bringing their drama here, no one else is gonna want to stay. With a sigh, Sloane leans out against the kitchen island, the full weight of this morning's event seeming to suddenly sit on her shoulders. They're good, reliable customers, and sure, things have been tricky, but we've got Rinny now. With a little hard work, we can turn this around. Besides, aren't there enough names on your board of bands already? Let's not add any more while we're going through a rough patch. She sighed as a corkboard near the walk-in fridge. There must be at least 24 names on there, each marked with a reason for band and vindictive felt tip. I know, you're right. It's just, having cast an anti-summoning ward on this place, not exactly a recipe for success. I did want to talk about a recipe, actually. Since we've got a new hire, can we just deal with one thing at a time? First priority is cutting down costs. Now I noticed the price of algae extract for that blue drink got hiked up, and I figured, my nerves are a mess. I should just cast that ward. I'll be out front. What are you doing now, Fred? Sudden knock on the back door stops her from following after Fred. Oh, Dave's back. Let's deal with that first. One thing at a time. Mumbling to himself, Fred assumes a position at the very center of the cafe. That storm-cloud feeling starts to rise again as he begins to spellcraft. While Fred's presence draws a little attention, you start rifling through your bag, making sure you can take any opportunity to launch the heist. At the sound of Fred's chanting, Jesse looks up from their work and gives Grudge a baffled shrug. Grudge moves over to them, just as confused. Jess, what kind of spell is that? Ooh, judging from the symbols, it looks like Nancy's summoning ward? Odd. Why would you want to stop anyone from getting in? Or for that matter, why do you want to stop folks from getting out? In the background, Alexander tries best to get a clear shot of Frank, but Fred is perched in the way. Fred, darling, you wouldn't be mind scooching a little to the right with you, since you didn't consent to any photos, and I'd like to respect that. Freddie, Alexandra, I've got bigger things to worry about than photographs right now. Addressing a security concern, in case you haven't noticed. Bigger things than catering to your own customers? This is why we're your only regulars. We're the only ones patient enough. Grudge, maybe don't. Not another fight. It's then that Sloane joins you in the main room, dusting her hands clean from Dave's latest packages. Finally, Fred, are you doing alright? Sloane stands still to side Grudge and Fred's stare down. She gazes into his hollow sockets. Let's not fight today. We can be reasonable, can't we? No. Got a new hire today, and if this is the impression we're giving them, we'll be doing them a disservice. Now, if you'll excuse me, finishing that spell now, without any more interruptions. Fred continues pushing the spell towards completion as you, coiled like a spring, wait for the exact right moment to strike. Even with such a prominent distraction, you know success isn't assured. Just as Fred's magic ripples out into the cafe, you take the brief moment afforded by the spell to launch into your plan. It's a slim distraction, but it's enough. And you aren't going to get a better chance than right now. You reach into your bag in an instant, all the light and sound is sucked from the room. The sounds of panic are quickly quelled by the magic nut pulsing from your cozy, sleep-tight blackout blanket to you. Even in the silent darkness, you won't have long before everyone gets a sense of their surroundings. You've been over this plan too many times to fail now. Having said that, you're still wearing a very large apron, which could be an impediment to set plan. What to do? Keep it on. Deciding it'll be too much hassle to remove, you press on. Aproned. Step 1, takes 3 steps into the kitchen and 6 to the right. You paw for the door handle and slip into the office, trying not to trip on your oversized apron. Step 2, take 1, 2, 3, and you feel a cool surface of the safe against your fingers. Step 3, reach into your bag and give your can of Curse Be Gone a shake. A few sprays on the safe and the words are already flaking off. Fred never considered such a direct approach. There's something else, a sound cutting through the silence, crackling like lightning. Fred's casting a counterspell, albeit slowly, thanks to you wasting his time on the anti-teleporting ward. Step 4, spin the wheel. You have the safe door open. Feel around inside until you've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. Only a slim window of opportunity, too. Your shaking, outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe before stuffing into a tiny pocket dimension of your teleportable lunchbox. For this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in the cafe and who, if anyone, you should try to pin this on. You exhale, but the sound, though faint, is starting to return. Fred's counterspell is gaining energy. If you pull all your weight in the safe door, you wouldn't have time to close it properly. Best you can do is return as quickly and quietly as you can. As you take careful steps back to the counter, you try your best to control your breathing, to not let the exhilaration show. It's been so long. As you reach the counter, your foot catches the edge of the apron. You trip as the darkness finally dissipates. An unwelcome reminder that you're not safe yet! You gotta find an exit in the ensuing chaos without arousing suspicion. Somehow. As the silent darkness lifts from the cafe, the first thing you see is Fred bounding into the kitchen, crashing through the cat flap into the office. Is everyone okay? No one's hurt? Sloane catches you just as you regain your balance, saving you from toppling over onto the counter. Oh, Rinny, be careful, the light must be disorientating. Just take a moment. What was that exactly? Blackouts don't usually come with spontaneous hearing loss. It's possible with light and sound enchantments, but it's rare they're so dramatic. Did Fred spell backfire somehow? Jesse, we don't have any enchantments like that. This wasn't planned. Huh, the plot thickens. Wait, where'd Fred go? Before anyone can move, Fred rushes back into the room. Nobody lives! His eyes crackle gold and chains of light fly across the cafe. The front door, the windows, the back door, no exits are spared. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. Understand? If you aren't going to turn yourself in, I'll just root you out myself. What? I'm sorry, but whatever just happened is your business. I'm not missing my meeting. I'm sure you have a plan, Frederick, but is it really necessary to trap us inside your lovely cafe? Well, as I say, you didn't have to do that. What are you accusing us of exactly? Sitting perfectly still while you messed up some spell? Fred, what's going on? The lights were out, someone went to my office and somehow opened the safe. Which means one of the people in this room has stolen our secret recipe. It's as if the whole room flinches. Suddenly, everyone's looking at everyone else, wide-eyed, searching their faces for the slightest trace of an answer. Jesse seems to be evaluating everyone in turn, but their piercing red eyes burrow into Fred for the longest. Reg, who I'd used so suspiciously before, briefly turns his attention to Alexandra. Sloan looks Grudge over with a furrowed brow, though she seems less suspicious and more just sad. More importantly, however, no one seems to regard you for very long. That means no, this is fine. We can deal with it. It's all right. As unfortunate as this is, I do have a meeting to attend. I'd rather not get caught up in this. Good luck getting past my magic. I might only be a familiar. I promise if you try to leave, you'll regret it. Jesse's eyes flicker across Fred's barrier, prying for any weakness in the spellcraft. Frederick, please. I understand that you're stressed, but it'll be easier to figure this out if we aren't in a locked room. Won't it? Yeah, and why would it only be one of us who stole your recipe? Well, if it's all of us, we're going to take you down. We don't have to act like vigilantes. I'll just call the police. Stretch. Just call the police and stretch. Enough! Enough. This place is sealed. Nobody leaves till we find our thief. Thief. Singular Grudge. If it was any more, you might have actually succeeded. As for the ACPD Sloan final call, I'm betting they'll take their sweet taxpayer-funded time getting here, then label it as unsolvable. I'm not risking anyone making a break for it in the meantime, so we're gonna sit here like adults, get our facts straight. Understand? Now, did anyone notice anybody acting strange? Anything suspicious at all? Might get over with faster if you fess up now. The room exchanges uncomfortable glances before someone pipes up. Well, Fred, you were casting an anti-Semitic ward, weren't you? That tells me you were expecting something like this to happen, already blocking off avenues of escape. Aha, increased suspicion. You really didn't explain what you were doing, Fred. Can't blame us for worrying. Hey, I'm the one who just got robbed. I was right to cast that. Rinny's the one who suggested it. Well, great start, everybody, at this rate. But he suspects me. That wasn't up on me. At this rate, we'll have a recipe back within the next 1,000 years. Wait, are we really ignoring the fact that Fred is the only one of us acting suspicious? There's no use trusting anyone here, is there? I know how these stories go. You've all got some kind of motive. Jesse, the heir to a powerful family with something to prove. There's always one. Doesn't mean anything. You're the one who stopped us from leaving twice. Alexandra, our femme fatale, although she hasn't killed anyone. Probably. Femme fatale, darling, I'm not the one with demonic magic. Grudge, the obvious suspect. Too obvious, even. And I'm not ruling anything out yet. Now you're just deflecting. Why did not tell us what spell you were casting? Sloan, the one you'd least expect. The one you'd least expect, maybe. Which brings us to our final suspect, Rinny. Your breath can't help but flutter as everyone's eyes suddenly turn on you. Well, I've got my eyes on you too. But she'd have to be swimming in the artifacts to pull that off, so pretty sure she's in the clear. So that's why they're gonna find out who really did this. Everyone's gonna be very polite and answer all their questions. What? Wait, they're the detective? I would have been proper for the job. I'm about playing psychic to Fred, yeah. Bullet dodged. Fred, you know me. You don't seriously think I could have done this, do you? It is Can we all stop shouting for a moment, please? Please! It's a waste of everyone's time. As soon as I can, I'm leaving. Don't try to stop me. I'm with you there, Jess. Oh, I wouldn't mind knowing who really did it. Fred, I know you're panicking right now, but we shouldn't do anything rash. These are our customers. This is Rennie's first date. Why would we? Her rising voice is broken by a ringtone. She stops with a flinch, putting a call on speaker. Hey, Dave. Hey, Sloan. Got my very last packages out back, but there's these gold chains on the door. I think it's stuck. You okay in there? Yes, I'm fine. We're just dealing with a burglary. I'll give you the details in a second. Not the door. Oh, one of those days, huh? Is Rennie alright at least? Good question. Fred's just asked them to interrogate us. Look, I know it's unorthodox, but we all need that recipe. This is our best option for the cafe. For the cafe, I always knew you hated your customers, and this just confirms it. No grudge, just you. Can we please not fight already? We're not going to solve whatever this is by shouting. Yeah, it's getting a bit loud over the speaker. Rennie, what do you actually want to do? Oh gosh, you can't please everyone. Oh no, this is a pretty bad first day. There's a down. You don't think anyone here besides Slow and appreciate the reminder? Exactly. No one wanted things to turn out this way. We all agree on that, but we can still make it better. Hey, when I told you to have a good first date, did I jinx it? My bad. Look, are we doing this or not, Rennie? No matter how strange Fred's idea might be, it could put you in a better position until you can make your getaway. Time to lean on the scapegoat part of your plan. As Fred starts bounding into the kitchen, you shrug and go along with him. Sloan finishes her call with Dave before following with heavy footsteps. Silence takes the space you leave behind. Do you want to talk about any of that? Yes, I want to hydrate though. Just relax for a minute, Sloan. I'm gonna check for clues in my office. Rennie, join me in a minute. Clues? I didn't hire a detective, but here we are. If there's anything I can do to help, please just ask. Oh, me too! Not sure there's much I can offer besides moral support, but, you know, I'd say can't leave till the delivery's done, is all. Thanks, Dave. I think we could use the support while this gets sorted. Well, it'll get awkward if I'm just looking in, won't it? I'll leave you be then. Anything you need, just shout into the alley. Let's not keep Fred waiting. Maybe you'll be able to reason with him, calm him down a bit. Think he could use that right now. Outgoing call. I see. You oblige her and enter the office, finding Fred in the middle of a phone call. Yeah, theft. Lock down the whole building. Makes your job a whole lot easier, doesn't it? A locked room scenario is a little intriguing, I suppose. Person on the phone, you know that voice. Thin and sharp as wire, digging into you just as deep, but where? But if it isn't urgent. That's not what I said, N. You're not exactly getting picked off one by one. I'll be happy to be there at the earliest convenience. Our department's very busy otherwise. You'll solve it by yourself. Really? Shouldn't expect miracles. We are just mortal, mostly mortal. Self-satisfied laugh crackles through the receiver and bounces off the back of your skull, ringing like tinnitus. If you show your face in my business, I'll see you later, familiar. What expect anything else after all those tiny keys, too? Rennie, here already. Rennie here already. As you probably heard, the ACPD is taking a sweet time. Big surprise. But we don't need him. We'll do the real work. Plan is, you find our prime suspect before the ponies get here, and you mess everything up. You can do that, right? It's 1 in 4. Logical deduction. Fred sneaks a not-so-subtle glance at your CV across the desk. Should be easy for a fun-loving artisan like yourself. Fun-loving. Yeah, if you want fun, Rennie, you've definitely come to the right place. And you love long walks on the beach? Can't say I'm the same. You understand if you've ever licked sand from between your paws. Right, let's put those soft skills of yours to work. Imagine I'm one of the suspects. What would you ask me? We'll say something. Hey, you did it, didn't you? Just confess. Yeah, I tried that already, didn't work. Good instincts, but we're gonna need more than that. Stops to breathe out as much tension as he can manage. I mean, are you even trying to find the right suspects here? We need eyewitness accounts, motives, that sort of thing. Stuff like, what were you doing when the lights went out? Or how do you feel about the familiar? What's your relationship with Fred, you know? That's what he wants while you're trapped. That's exactly what he'll get. Actually, take the spare notepad. Write down anything suspicious you come across. I want no stone left unturned. Evidence notebook. Click the notebook in the bottom right corner to see an overview of all gathered evidence and character stats. Now, continue. If you find us a prime suspect with a convincing case, I mean, something thoroughly investigated, you can put things back to normal. Things are going to get complicated once he shows up too, so I appreciate having someone on my side when that happens. I think that leaves us with, God, until closing time at least, where the police finally make it to the scene. Countdown clock. Your clock will keep track of how long you have until the investigation ends. Most lines of inquiry will cost you time, so use it wisely. Now, let's find you a base of operations. I'd offer my office, of course, but I need to conduct my own investigation here. Where to put you? Fred hops off the desk, reluctantly dragging his phone along inside his clenched maw. Bathrooms, cold storage, not great for health and safety. Oh, what about the counter? Get there anyway. It gives you a great view of... Fred gaze caches the open sign, still lit in the cafe window, sighs and bounds across the room to correct its message. As he does, he notices his phone, left forgotten on the countertop for a few crucial moments. Whose possession it falls into is up to you. Leave it be. Leave it be. Phone remains untouched until you hear Fred's paws padding towards you. Sorry about that, Rennie. Don't want any prospective customers banging at locked doors. Instead, we've got a whole day of business lost thanks to this fiasco. Never mind. That should be everything you need for the investigation. Ask questions, find solid motives. Simple in theory. I know how this sounds. It's a dumb idea. It's the best I've got right now. If we don't do something, this place is going under. All our livelihoods are at stake here, so get out there and catch us a thief. Please. This piece said Fred cast a surprised glance to his phone before dragging it with him back to his office. Hunkered down behind the counter, you take a moment to reflect. Your plan went off without a hitch until it didn't. And while your boss might be paying you greater attention, he doesn't think you did it. At least not yet. And if a real detective from the ACPD is coming, no doubt they'll find out you're the thief. Unless you have a convincing scapegoat. With evidence of a motive and the others on your side, you might be able to clock off at the end of the day without handcuffs. If that happens, Fred's magic will keep you trapped here. So with that, your investigation begins. Not to find who did it, but to find the perfect person to blame. Use your map to talk to characters, listen to conversations to quickly review evidence progress. Alright. So there. We'll talk to you. Route unavailable in demo. Okay, so you can get... Okay, so you can, like... There's only certain... Okay, Dave's the most available in the demo. But otherwise, most of it's, like, not here in the demo. Okay, so that's, like, kind of what they block off. We'll go to Alex. Interrogate. You set your sights on Alexandra, ensconced in her corner, somehow wholly focused on taking selfies. It breaks my heart. No, too much. I'm terribly upset. Sad, do you say? No, that's too detached. Surely this may be an easier way to sound sincere, yet appropriately distraught. Oh, Rennie, you want to talk to me first? I know conversation with me can be scintillating, but I thought other lines of inquiry might be more pressing. You know, as a public figure, it's very important to me to set a good example of my followers, so you can count on my full cooperation today. Not that I have much to offer, I'm just the influencer stuck trying to make content out of the world's worst escape room. And trying to make sure the internet doesn't frame me as the villain in the process. Nothing you view very carefully what a post can handle. Sounds like hard work to win over that many people. Well, yes, the internet as a whole is a lot of people, but a curated following, if you're careful enough, you can retain their adoration through any storm. It's the separation, I think, the screen between you. Makes it easier than winning over someone you see at a 9 to 5 with a bonus of image filters. Are you worried too, Rennie? Being caught up in a crime might not look good on your digital footprint either. I don't think I want to be anyone's villain either. Oh, I'd say something reassuring if only it wasn't of a similar mind. So instead they'll say, we potential villains just do what we can. Sorry, I feel like I got us off track from your investigation. You ask me a question, any question you like. Alright, not in demo. There is absolutely a scroll bar there. What are we doing when the lights went out? Well, after having my pictures photobombed by an infuriating, familiar, and suddenly being swayed in magical darkness. I was in no mood for selfies. Not even the best phones have a torch that can cut through magic. A fact made it all the more infuriating when I felt the damn thing vibrate with a notification. I couldn't even read the preview. So I suppose I was mostly biding my time until I could finally see my phone again. Were you waiting for important news? Most notifications feel important to me, but this one was especially so, yes. Now that I think about it, your boss got me so wrapped up in this nonsense, I forgot to follow up on the ping. Alexandra pulls up her phone, fingers moving whip quick across the keyboard. Even with the anxiety, it seems to weigh on her shoulders. Ugh, why is the page taking so long to load? Don't tell me it's some remnant magic messing with my data. Why am I paying so much for 6G if it can't even handle this? Maybe Fred wants to keep us physically and technologically restrained? You know, I wouldn't be surprised. The old cat's stuck in the dark ages and he's gladly drag us down with him. Oh, finally I'm in. Oh, my Tony has a new bid. Her expression, often prone to tight smiles and withering stares, suddenly brightens into a smile tinged with relief and melancholy. Looks like it's finally time to bid farewell, old thing. Even with all the disaster around her, Alexandra's mind is on auction now for Tony. But what is that exactly? Sale with some baggage might lead to some interesting dirt on this carefully curated siren. Evidence unlocked. Alright. What's Tony? Rini, do you really think this is important to your investigation, or are you just bored? Or, let's be honest, plain old nosy. Actually, don't answer that. Humor me and answer this instead. What do you think Tony is? Grudge's alter ego. What? Like, this is a bad rom-com action off a date with an eligible skeleton? And no offense to Grudge, but I'm not sure what the audience for that is, even if it was for charity. I do hope the alter ego comment's not something he said to you, given he named the old guy. Who knows what emotional fallout recent events would have on him. Oh dear, looks like you used up your only gas, Rini. Maybe now we can talk about something else, Alright. Question someone else. Her hand already hovers over her phone, but she gives you a parting smile. I'm here if you need have more inquiries. I would if it wasn't just a demo. Sometimes characters will talk to each other while you investigate. You can listen into their conversations or wait for them to finish, neither of which will cost you any time. Oh, listen. Notice Fred and Sloan talking and decide to listen in. Sloan, please. I'm doing this in my office and I don't have time. You can look for your clues after we talk, Fred, please. I can't just pretend everything is normal out there. Maybe it's not normal right now, but after Rini's done some more investigating. That's what I'm talking about, investigating. You just decided that on your own out of nowhere. I didn't even get a say. I thought you were just caught up in the moment back there, but you're serious putting Rini up to this on their first day? Maybe it would make more sense if it was me and them. Investigation team to share the workload. Look, Sloan, I had to cover all my bases here. It's not personal. I know, sorry. It was being a bother, wasn't I? Just ignore me. Sloan, I didn't. You know, I do have some inventory to do in the kitchen. I think keeping busy will do my head some good. Ugh, just put a little trust in the plan. We'll talk properly when this is all sorted, alright? I promise. Of course we will. Alright. So, okay, who's Tony? I can't do that. Can't do anything with Sloan. Can't do anything with Fred. Whole bunch of options with Dave. Let's go to Grudge. When we approach Grudge, his eye sockets, once unfocused and deep in thought, turn to you instead. So you've decided it's time to face me, Rini, and now your mind is warmed up for a proper conversation. I've been thinking about what your boss said, trying to narrow down who the suspect could be. Not that I have anything you could really use for an accusation or nothing, but you gotta start somewhere, right? Good ideas are like coffee, they both need time to brew. Heh, isn't that true? So long as you don't forget about the coffee and then it goes cold. Happens to me far too often. You know, for all my big talk, being your nemesis on account of the barista thing, don't think anything on my application would qualify me for the detective part of the job. If you keep your expectations low, you'll never disappoint yourself. And here I thought they couldn't get much lower, but hey, that worked for you. Maybe I gotta dive a bit deeper. I guess I got something to learn from you after all. I could get a sneak at your resume for inspiration, but how would I even go about stealing it? Look, I've got some personal experience with this kind of scenario in a novel. I mean, in my experience, I usually detect those first instincts as something they should follow up on. That's why I wish I would have had first instinct to go off of, but my crime senses haven't exactly been tingling today. Let me just think. Is there anything else that springs to mind? Fresh out of insights on the case for now, Rennie. Alright, time for you to do your worst and hit me with some questions, detective. Oh. How do you feel about the familiar? Grudge slowly grinds his jaws of tasting your question. Folk might call this place bare bones, but take it from me. No word does coffee like the familiar. That's the most important part. Every cup's brewed to perfection. Even the one I had today was great. And you're a new hire. Dark, moody, complex. Just like our current predicament. Shame I didn't get your job. Drinking the stuff our age now. I could have proven I know how to replicate it. Just the latest in a long line of missed opportunities. You've proven to be a formidable opponent so far. And you're pretty tough yourself. Already beat me at my own game with your coffee. Sure, I'll be sure to taste it carefully in case you lace it with something evil. Well, I wouldn't say I taste the coffee. When I drink it, my chest starts pounding real hard. Breathe deeper, but I think I feel more. That makes sense. Only a familiar makes it like that as far as I know. Even your first cup had a pretty strong effect. A little weird, yeah? I ain't complaining. Maybe your friends enchanted it to be super addictive. Oh, but he would do that, wouldn't he? Though I'm pretty sure it's just me who gets these weird feelings, but he would. If I had to guess, the recipe's so magic that its power has been rubbing off on me. One coffee at a time. With a few more cups, I'll be slinging lightning from my fingertips. No wonder Fred wants it back so bad. Hell, I do too. Otherwise, the best coffee in the artifice might be nothing but a distant memory. I'll be left a decaffeinated husk. I ought to savor the last drops of magic while I can, then. I'll have to do without it if this place goes under. One odd thread in the tapestry of this case, our thief ain't just stealing coffee. Magic that makes it shine. How utterly nefarious. Sounds like Grudge is the only customer affected by the coffee's magic, but if you get some unique upside from it, you might be able to spin that into a motive. The moment when your water is low. What's a Tony? Well, my opinion, it's a pretty cool name. Not sure about its uses beyond being a proper noun, though. Unless you didn't hear the name Tony from Alex, did you? She was checking its auction price when the lights went out. She's selling Tony? The very moment of the crime? Grudge runs a shaky hand through his hair, jaw set stiff as the steely darkness of his eye sockets gazes beyond you. Tony, he's our motorbike. Custom job done by yours truly, from the wheels to his decals. It's a work of art, made just for her. Even named him myself. Why would she just go and sell something so important to her? She seemed emotional. Maybe she had a good reason? She did, really? It would be nice of her to talk to me about it, but reassuring to know there's more to it. What kind of reason? Money seems the obvious one, because Tony wasn't cheap, especially with all those modifications he had over the years. And isn't her social media stuff doing well these days? She's in some kind of trouble. It's Allison's selling her prize bike, but her friend can't think of what she'd need to spend the money on. Financial woes could be an excellent accusation, with some more reasoning behind it. Hypotheticals aren't relevant to the case. Oh no, that makes it suspicious of me. Exploring motive ain't relevant, huh? Suits yourself. Why would Alex need money? So now you want my input, huh? Well, okay, I haven't really had much of a breakthrough since then. Suppose a point of attack would be brainstorming what she could do with the money. Spend the money on better wheelchair? Shoes? Wait, no, not shoes. That's, I don't know, it's hard to wrap my head around. So if a lifestyle of premium blue coffee can't be sustained on flashy brand sponsorships, what's a guy like me meant to expect on minimum wage? These are the kind of spirals my brain gets stuck in, caught up in my place in all this, and what the way I'm living says about me. Nothing about your financial situation speaks to your character, Grudge. Suppose there's plenty of stories about underdogs, and I love me a good underdog story. Not dogs themselves, though. They get a bit rowdy around me for some reason. What kind of magic is in the familiar's coffee? Grudge looks past you, gazing into the lens of an invisible camera. Ain't no wizard, but I know it's potent. Makes the coffee taste like a rainy evening in a smoky bar, or thumbing through the pages of a beat-up book. It's like, look, I don't know, just hits different, alright. If I knew how magic coffee worked, I would have told you before. I suppose Jess might know more about that. Wait, nah, they don't drink. They get hot chocolate every time, just like I get my coffee. Not one for breaking routine, even when I've offered a sip of mine. Maybe they've avoided the coffee because of the magic? Jess ain't shy about justifying their preferences, so they tell me that, right? I mean, they've got to know something about it. She's smart not to. Then Jess can pull out the whole thesis on why they like what they do. Meanwhile, I'm here stumbling over my words. Shouldn't be this hard. Grudge stares into his cup, searching for any answers that might have sunk to the bottom. Sorry, don't got the right words for this. I'll think on it some more. You know, Rennie, started this investigation, I was worried I'd be a little lonely. With us all sitting so far apart and all. Hey, I've had a couple of breaks from my thoughts here and there, thanks to a certain barista. Grudge's skull turns, glancing at his aforementioned fellow customers, and then his jaw twists into an excited grin. Actually, it looks like Jess and Alex are having a chat too. Why don't we join in? Before you have a chance to respond, he's halfway across the cafe floor. Oh-ho. You find Alexandra and Jesse gathered by the front door. I don't think I'm doing something stupid. Quite the opposite. I'm gonna break the barrier keeping us trapped in here. Hell yeah, put the vampire magic to good use. Just bust us out. Would you two stop saying such incriminating phrases, please? You're right, less talking, more casting. As soon as Jesse calls their magic forth, the air pressure fluctuates in an awkward rhythm. The lights flicker overhead. Oh no. Heavy footsteps quickly puncture the bubble you four had formed as Sloane rushes in from the kitchen. What's happening out here? Is everyone alright? Jesse, what are you doing? Before they can formulate a reply, a streak of black fur races past you. Your boss leaps onto the table, claws out, and snarl on his maw. Somebody explain what the hell's happening right now! Oh, how many times do I have to explain this? I'm breaking the barrier enchantment and leaving the cafe! Jesse, I understand you're feeling a little distressed right now, but that sounds dangerous! Let's talk this out, please. Oh, David's just out there whistling away. Talk it out. They're already mid-spell. Casting on premises is a bannable offense. And keeping your customers trapped inside your cafe isn't a legal offense? Huh. Then I'll see you in court. Right after I counterspell your petulant attempt to damage my property. For the second time today, you see your boss start casting a spell. Only this time you've played no part in its instigation. The room around you pulses between an eerie red and yellow glow caught between the two competing casters. Don't listen to him, Jess. Destroy those words. Jesse. Jesse. I just want it to be known I do not endorse the actions of my fellow customers in the slightest. I really think we just calm down and talk. Dave? Oh. Front door, Dave peers sightlessly into the cafe, his face pressed against the glass. Hey guys, Dave here. What's going on in there? It's hard to see with all the glowing. Great, no need to worry. Dave is here. I've almost got it. I can see the spell core. Oh no, you don't. For his eyes pinch in concentration, he throws his all into combating Jesse's spell. Dave, you need to get away from that door. What? Can't hear you guys over this humming sound. Then everything goes silent. Like a taut string severed, the barrier meets its untimely demise, unleashing the last of its magic through every soul in the room. Well, shit. I actually did it? Slowly, then all at once, the white fades from your vision, and the aftermath of the glowing onslaught comes into view. Everyone seems to be standing deathly still, caught between the awe and shock of the empty hum that resonates through the air. Everyone it is except Jessie. I did it! I did it! I did it! Though their breath is short and their movements lethargic, Jessie's eyes are bright and hopeful. They stumble back to their table, reaching for their bag. You really did it, Jess! You really are so unbelievable. You. This is... So much for your counterspell, Fred. This is it! You're gonna be on the band board, Miss Hendricks, and your skeleton friend, too. Fred, calm down, please. Familiar, long-absent jingle rings through the room. The sound of a new customer entering your ranks. Dave tentatively steps into the cafe, his precious box propped outside as he opens the door. Well, how about that? Looks like I can finally make the delivery. Shiver passes through you, skithering up your arms and landing uncomfortably on the tip of your tongue. Another surge of magic rushing back to the barrier it had just been excised from. The door starts to swing shut behind Dave. No! Jessie lunges across the cafe, their bag thrown hastily over their shoulder in desperation in their eyes. Their fingers reach out and graze the handle of the door as it finally closes, and the magic barrier they had worked so hard to dispel slams stubbornly back into place. Sorry, should have held that for you. Let me just... Dave tugs on the door. It does not open. Oh, that's weird. It's not opening. Probably shouldn't have put my package down outside. Wait, you're not telling me we're trapped inside? Again? Huh. What was that about my counter spell? I'm still here. My meeting. I can't. Why don't we all have a calm discussion about what just happened? So, Jessie, please talk us through why you did what you did. Would you? I need to leave. I have to get to my meeting with the board. Do you understand how many months in advance I had to book this in? Huh, meeting? You mean you had to go to a covert location to hand off my recipe? No, I mentioned it earlier, didn't I? Still only remember, right? I feel like I've been very honest about my situation from the start. Fred, I do remember them mentioning it this morning. Not that it justifies dangerous spellcraft. Come on, even if they didn't have a meet, no one actually wants to be stuck in here. Why is it a crime to want to leave? I would if I could. That doesn't make me... I mean, making a spectacle is the right way to go about any of this. Well, Rinny, what do you make of the situation? Oh, gosh. Regardless of guilt, I'd want to get out of here, too, if I had the choice. Oh, no, they're all going to look at me suspiciously. Oh, not all. Some. Looks like you got a good taste in detectives after all, Fred. Rennie gets it. You know, it would have been nice if you had that opinion earlier, but I'll take it now all the same. Look, regardless of how you all feel about the context, you can't deny it's striking against the young Hendricks heir. And you're not suspicious for keeping us in here? In spite of their differing opinions, you see the weight of uncertainty settle on everyone else in the cafe. Alright, well, we're here. Does anyone have anything suspicious they'd like to bring up? Fred's gaze makes his way around each individual in the room, but no one steps forward. Great! Good to know we're all making an effort to clear up this mystery. Well, Rennie, do you have anything to add? Anyone here you think is our prime suspect? I'm not sure yet. Not sure? What have you been doing this whole time? Ugh, I've had enough of this whole back and forth. I know what I think, and I know we'll have our criminal caught before the damn cops enter the scene. You won't escape. The tenser of the cafe is cut through the sharp ringing of a telephone in the distance. Your boss's posture perks up. That's the asshole in the line. Sloan, can you go get my phone? Oh, sure, I can carry it in for you. Sloan heads into the kitchen. Dave turns to the group. His smile is wide, his eyes untroubled. Well, it seems as good a time as any to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Dave. I usually deliver stuff to the familiar 1 or 2 times a week. Lovely to meet you, Dave. What's up? God, is this what front-facing service looks like? How insufferable. Fred, here's your phone. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to answer the call or... Saved by the ringtone, but the old bastard on the speaker of Sloan. Finally picking up familiar, and here I was about to take your silence as a sign to put my feet up. Don't you do that enough already? Why are you calling then? Don't tell me you're going to do your job. You'll be happy to hear the calls you logged were heard loud and clear by the department chief. We'll be getting there a bit sooner than estimated. Not too soon, but hopefully enough to get the phone lines to break. The sooner the cops get here, the less time you have to gather evidence. Time to adapt. I I guess I'll take it. For all the good you'll do when you get here. See you soon, familiar. Even with this small victory, boss looks wholly unsatisfied. Alright, that's enough spectacle for the morning, everyone. Scatter! Fred, shouldn't we talk more about what happened? Talk! I don't have time to hear more weak arguments. I want evidence, and Rennie will deliver. They want to keep their job, that is. Sloane opens her mouth, as if ready to make one last argument. The words fade along with any lingering determination. Looking at the customers, you see that sentiment is echoed, resignation etched into the lines of their face. They know they're stuck here, and they know there is only one way out. You resigned yourself. The one way out isn't such a bad thing. Being stuck in here provides an opportunity to frame your scapegoat. With that, gain your freedom. Want some temporary imprisonment in the meantime. What are y'all still doing here? Scatter! As everyone despondent floats back to their perch of choice, you see Dave glance around the cafe in amusement. The guys at the head office aren't gonna believe this one. Make your way back to your small reprieve in this chaotic store. Your bag sits there, all the evidence they need to put you away inside. You need someone else to blame. Oh no, it's locked! Things could be going worse. And you've lived through far worse before, much as you cringe at the memories. This scenario is almost a blessing, providing you with ample opportunity to escape the consequences of your actions. No matter, your scapegoats are scattered again, a thick cord of tension tying them all together. You pull on that strand, and it might all start to come apart. Just like you planned, just like you wanted. Right? End of demo. Thank you for playing the demo for Spill the Beans. If you enjoyed the game, please make sure to wishlist it on Steam. Hope to see you again soon to conclude the investigation. Oh, I was gonna drop a save there. It's fine. Anyway, I just don't want to help too much. That was the Spill the Beans demo. As I said at the start, it is taking part in the Choose Wisely Festival 2025, taking place from December 8th through December 15th. 2025, obviously. On Steam. Link for that is in the description, along with links to this game where you can wishlist it, go play a demo yourself. And for the festival, you can go check out a bunch of games. A whole bunch are there. And there's a whole lot of cool ones, so go check it out. Like, seriously. What are you waiting for? Go check. I mean, also, you should maybe listen to me say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe. Maybe click the bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Okay, now go check out the festival and, you know, go wishlist Spill the Beans on Steam. Pretty cool, by the way. I'm intrigued so far. Go wishlist the game, go play the demo yourself. Go check out Choose Wisely 2025. Bye!